Hey, English learners, welcome back to the LeapTalk English podcast, your cozy little place to learn easy English through real, everyday conversations. I'm Mary.
And I'm Albert.
Albert, can I ask you a simple question? How are you today?
My instinct was to say, I'm fine, thanks, how are you?
But are you?
Honestly, I'm exhausted. I've been carrying a very full plate this week. But in English, and maybe in most languages, I'm fine is like an automatic reflex, isn't it?
It really is. It's the polite shield we put up. But what happens when you're actually overwhelmed, burned out, or spread too thin, and you don't want to just say, I'm fine anymore?
Most English learners tell me they stay silent or just say, I'm good, because they don't want to sound dramatic, ungrateful, or negative.
Exactly. They lack the gentle English, the calm, grounded language that lets you say, I am reaching my limit, without starting a conflict or sounding weak.
And that is what today's episode is all about. The English of hidden fatigue, setting soft boundaries, and expressing emotional overwhelm to people at work, in your family, or among friends.
I'm Mary.
I'm Albert. LeapTalk English, B2 level, real, meaningful conversation.
Today, how to stop saying, I'm fine, and start expressing overwhelm with grace. Stick around for our word tour at the end, 8 essential words, and our signature Say It Better segment, where we transform flat, polite excuses into clear, authentic English.
Like, instead of saying, I'm just really busy right now,
You can say, I'm currently at capacity and need to protect my energy.
and instead of saying, sorry, I can't help you today,
You can say, I'd love to support you, but I don't have the bandwidth to give this the attention it deserves.
if you're learning English with us today, lean back and just listen. Perfect for B1 and B2 learners. A2 learners follow the emotion and the key phrases.
Listen for the feeling. Repeat the lines that resonate. Let's dive in.
Mary, why do you think I'm fine is the hardest habit for language learners to break?
Because when you learn a second language, you learn functional phrases first. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. It becomes wired into your brain as polite etiquette.
Right, it feels safe.
Exactly. But as you move into intermediate English, B1 and B2, you realize that I'm fine can actually create emotional distance. If a friend asks how you are, and you always say fine, you never let them see the real person behind the vocabulary.
You're putting on a mask, and wearing that mask while feeling overwhelmed requires energy you don't have.
That's called emotional labor, the effort it takes to control your feelings to make others comfortable. When you are already tired, performing fine makes you twice as tired.
I experienced that last month. I was managing 3 projects at once, sleeping 5 hours a night. Every time someone asked how I was, I smiled and said, great, very busy.
Why didn't you tell them the truth?
I was afraid of sounding like I couldn't handle my responsibilities. I thought admitting stress was the same as admitting failure.
Oh, that is so common, Albert. But there is a huge difference between complaining and expressing a boundary. Complaining dumps your negative energy on someone else. Expressing a boundary simply informs them of your current state.
To the listener, performing fine, acting okay when you aren't. Emotional labor, the energy spent keeping up appearances. A polite shield, using standard phrases to hide real feelings. Carrying a full plate, having too many responsibilities at once. 4 phrases to help you recognize when I'm fine is working against you.
Stay tuned, because in the next section, we talk about what happens when you keep saying yes when your mind is screaming no.
What is the biggest mistake people make when they are feeling completely overwhelmed?
People-pleasing. Saying yes to new requests because they feel guilty saying no.
Why is saying no so intimidating in English?
Because many non-native speakers worry that a blunt no will sound rude or cold, so instead of a clear boundary, they give weak excuses, or worse, they accept the task and suffer in silence.
So how do we fix that? What is the secret to setting a soft boundary?
You separate your care for the person from your availability for the task.
Explain what that sounds like.
If a colleague asks, can you take on this extra report today? A people pleaser says, okay, I'll try. A boundary setter says, I care about this project, but my schedule is full today. Let's look at next Tuesday.
Ah, you validate the request, but you honor your own limits.
Exactly. You don't apologize for having limits. You simply state your limits as a fact, not a flaw.
A fact, not a flaw. I love that phrasing. Having a limit doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you are human.
To the listener, people-pleasing, putting others' needs above your own to avoid conflict. A soft boundary, a polite but firm limit on your time or energy. State your limits as a fact, not a flaw. 3 principles for protecting your peace in English.
Stay with us, because up next, we are giving you the exact word-for-word sentences you can use starting today.
Let's look at the actual sentences, the real usable English for when you feel overwhelmed, spread thin, or unable to take on more.
Let's break them down into 3 situations: work, relationships, and personal rest.
For work or academic settings, I'd love to help with this, but I'm currently at capacity.
At capacity is an incredible phrase. It sounds professional, objective, and clear. It means your jar is full. No more can fit inside.
Another one for work. To make sure I give my best to my current priorities, I need to pass on this opportunity for now.
That shows high emotional intelligence. You're explaining that saying no to this task protects the quality of your existing work.
Now for friends or family when you are socially drained. I'm feeling a bit stretched thin this week, so I'm taking a quiet evening to recharge.
Stretched thin, like a rubber band pulled too far. It immediately helps the other person picture your state without feeling offended.
Or if a friend wants to talk but you don't have the mental space. I want to give you my full attention, but my mind is a bit scattered right now. Can we talk tomorrow when I'm more present?
That is so respectful. It tells the other person you are important enough that I want to listen to you when I can actually pay attention.
And finally, for yourself, when someone asks how you are doing and you want to be real, honestly, I've been navigating a lot of noise lately, but I'm taking it one step at a time.
Navigating a lot of noise. That acknowledges life is chaotic without dumping all the details on them.
So to the listener, I'm currently at capacity. I'm feeling stretched thin. I need to take a quiet evening to recharge. My mind is a bit scattered right now. Navigating a lot of noise. 5 phrases that help you speak your truth gently.
I want to highlight something that happens after you start expressing your boundaries in English.
The guilt.
Yes, the boundary hangover.
Boundary hangover. That uneasy feeling you get immediately after setting a boundary, where you worry, did I sound mean? Are they angry with me?
Exactly. You second-guess yourself for hours.
But here's what I've learned. People who truly respect you will respect your boundaries. The only people who get upset when you set a boundary are those who benefited from you having none.
Wow. Read that line again, Mary.
The only people who get upset when you set a boundary are those who benefited from you having none.
Honesty creates healthy connections. When you stop hiding behind "I'm fine," you give other people permission to be real with you too.
It transforms your conversations from superficial small talk into real, deep human connection.
So boundary hangover, the temporary guilt after saying no. Superficial small talk, light surface-level conversation. Giving permission to be real, how your honesty helps others open up.
Now let's step into our word tour. 8 powerful, high-level words from today's conversation that will elevate your English vocabulary.
Our first word is overwhelm.
Overwhelm. Overwhelm.
Overwhelm means a feeling of being completely overcome by thoughts, tasks, or emotions. It's when everything feels like too much at once.
You could say, I felt a sense of overwhelm with all the deadlines approaching.
Or she recognized her overwhelm and decided to take a short walk.
Our second word is capacity.
Capacity. Capacity.
Capacity means the maximum amount that something can contain or handle. In personal growth, it refers to your emotional or mental limit.
You could say, I don't have the mental capacity for a long debate tonight.
Or, working late every day is beyond my current capacity.
Our third word is bandwidth.
Bandwidth. Bandwidth.
Originally a tech term, bandwidth in daily conversation means the mental or emotional energy you have available to deal with something.
You could say, I'm sorry, I just don't have the bandwidth to handle another task today.
Or, let's discuss this tomorrow when we both have more bandwidth.
Our fourth word is replenish. Replenish. Replenish.
To replenish means to restore, refill, or renew what has been used up.
You could say, I'm spending the weekend resting to replenish my energy.
Or, a good night's sleep helped replenish his spirit.
Our fifth word is boundary.
Boundary. Boundary.
A boundary is a line that marks a limit. In relationships, it's the rule you set to protect your well-being.
You could say, setting clear boundaries at work has reduced my stress.
Or, it takes courage to maintain a soft boundary with family.
Our sixth word is superficial.
Superficial. Superficial.
Superficial means existing on the surface only, not deep or thorough.
You could say, I'm tired of superficial conversations. I want to talk about real things.
Or their relationship felt superficial because they never shared real feelings.
Our seventh word is authentic.
Authentic. Authentic.
Authentic means genuine, real, and true to one's own personality or spirit.
You could say, it feels liberating to give an authentic answer instead of saying, I'm fine.
Or, she builds authentic relationships by being honest about her struggles.
And our eighth word is preserve.
Preserve. Preserve.
To preserve means to protect something in order to keep it safe or in its original state.
You could say, I'm saying no to this project to preserve my health.
Or taking breaks helps preserve your focus throughout the day.
Wonderful. Today's 8 word tour words: overwhelm, capacity, bandwidth, replenish, boundary, superficial, authentic, and preserve.
Now for our favorite segment, Say It Better. Let's take weak, closed sentences and transform them into confident, expressive English.
First phrase, I'm fine, just tired.
A polite brush-off. Instead, try saying, I've been running on low energy lately, so I'm taking things slow today.
Or, I'm navigating a bit of fatigue, but I'm looking forward to resting.
Second phrase, sorry, I'm too busy to help.
Sounds slightly defensive or blunt. Instead try, I'd love to support you, but my schedule is currently at capacity.
Or, I don't have the bandwidth to give this the focus it deserves right now.
Third phrase, stop asking me to do things.
Aggressive and reactive. Instead, try saying, I need to step back from extra commitments to preserve my energy.
Or, I'm focusing on my core priorities for now, so I won't be taking on anything new.
Fourth phrase, I don't want to go out tonight.
Instead of feeling guilty, try, I'm feeling a bit socially drained, so I'm having a quiet evening to replenish.
Or, I'd love to catch up another time when I'm more present.
See how those sentences honor your needs without shutting down the connection?
That is the power of authentic English.
Now we want to hear from you.
Think about your own life this week. Have you been hiding behind, I'm fine?
Or is there a soft boundary you need to set? Let us know in the comments using at least one word from today's word tour: capacity, bandwidth, replenish, or boundary.
Thank you for learning with us today on LeapTalk English.
Keep practicing, honor your energy.
And remember, state your limits as a fact, not a flaw.
Bye for now.
Bye.